Here comes Potter. 3, 2. He's got to get it off. I don't know if he's got it off. He got it.
He'll end up right back into Dixon's hand. Dixon will find Martin on the three-point line, and Martin will hit it and tie the game. Adam Reek for the coach of Blue Ridge trying to pump up his team as they trail by 11.
And with 3 minutes left here in the first, Snowflake's got a 1-point lead and the basketball. Crosby knocks down a 3.
High school basketball is presented by Sholo Ford on iTalk 1067 and online at italk1067.com. Produced by White Mountain Youth Productions in cooperation with iTalk 1067 FM. High school basketball is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware the White Mountains, Black Diamond Auto Glass, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Native Grill and Wings, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. And now, Sholo Ford presents High School Basketball.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Quarterfinals, and now we welcome our TV audience, and we go to the public address announcer for the starting lineups for tonight as the Winslow Bulldogs are out on the floor, and they're set to announce the Trojans lineup here in just a second.
That would be the starting five for the Christian Trojans. Starting in guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 3, Jalen Grijalva. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 10, Nashe Machiri. At guard, a 5'10" senior, number 11, Matthew Savornin. At forward, a 6'2" senior, number 24, Jake Shield. And at center, a 6'4" senior, number 34, Christian Gammerman. The head coach for Valley Christian, Greg Hogsma. Ladies and gentlemen, the game officials for this game were assigned by the AIA. They are Tom Bigelow and Brian Gessner.
That's public address announcer Jim Burnett with the announcement of our starting lineups. You see the the Valley Christian Trojans out there getting set to do battle against the Winslow Bulldogs, who are hot as of late. The Trojans coming to the contest with the number 1 seeding in the tournament. The Bulldogs knocked off the Sholo Cougars to make it to this contest and are the number 9 seed in the tournament. As we get set for the opening jump, tip-off brought to you by Northland Pioneer College. When it comes time to tip off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona. That's Northland Pioneer College. Trojans control the tip, and we'll have the basketball to start the game. We do have a Summit Regional Medical Center injury report to talk about, and a 5-second call is called on the Trojans here. The first turnover of the game goes to the Winslow Bulldogs. And the only injury to speak of is on the Trojan side of things. Connor Braun, the 6'7" sophomore, is out with an injury and is not suited and not even on the roster here tonight. That's your Summit Regional Medical Center injury report. Feed it down to the low post. Shot is going to be off the mark, and a foul called on the rebound against the Trojans. And it's going to go against number 24, Shake Shield. Whistle for the personal.
He can get up there, but I think he used that left hand to push off on the Winslow kid to get that advantage.
Greg Chavez, the color commentator for today's contest, and for tonight's headliner tonight, Jalen Tapaha is whistled for a travel. Winslow turns the ball over. I'll say thank you to the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains. Don't forget, you need a key made or need a key made for your home or your car. Their mobile unit will come to you. That's the Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Show Low, and Heber Overgard. And we get a foul away from the ball, it looks like.
Number 3.
It is. Underneath, it's going to go against Rory Billy. That's his first. And your Ace Hardware key players of the game tonight for Valley Christian are Jalen Grijalva, who averages 8.5 points per game. Grayson Howell, who averages 8.4 points per game. And the guy that leads the scorers for Valley Christian is Matthew Svorinik. The 5'10 senior averages almost 14 points per game. Missed shot from the three-point arc, but a great rebound on the weak side board for Cameron. Christian Cameron, and a 3-ball is good for Grijalva. Knocks down the first bucket of the night. Trojans lead 3-0 with 6 minutes and 16 seconds left to play here in this first quarter, opening paragraph of the first. Spin move by Billy. Billy missed it, but it goes knocked out of bounds by the Trojans.
Trojans playing a man-to-man defense on the Trojans.
Ace Hardware key players on the Winslow roster is Trashawn Cly, 5'10 senior who averages 12 points per game. Rory Billy, who we just saw there, the 5'11 senior who averages 14 points per game. Darius James, the 5'7 sophomore who averages 12 points per game, and Ricardo Villanueva, the 5'11 junior who averages 14 points per game. He had an 18-point game against the Show Low Cougars. Villanueva drives, and he's going to get the bucket, and going to earn a chip to the free throw line. I thought maybe he would be called for an offensive foul, player control foul, but he is going to get away with one there. And number 10, Nashi Machiri, is whistled for his first personal.
Great job going to the basket strong, and like you said, able to get the ball to go in after the contact.
Tied at 3 after the made free throw by Villanueva.
Braun was able to get us some information. Connor Braun broke his foot in the game, came down wrong and broke it. So he will not be with the Trojans tonight.
That's your Summit Regional Medical Center injury report. We don't get very many injuries to talk about, but there's one there for you. Nice feed underneath, and it's Christian Camerman with his first bucket of the night, and it's 5-3 Trojans. 5.5 left here in the first. Drive down the baseline, and the Trojans going to pick it up. Bounce pass over into the right side, looking for the elbow. Now kick it out. Grijalva up and down with the left hand, moves it back here towards the time stripe. Bounces inside the lane, and Villanueva is called for, or no, they call it travel. Bulldogs are going to get the ball here on a turnover, and that's Grayson Howell whistle for the personal, or excuse me, for the turnover.
Here comes the freshman that played a heck of a game Saturday at the Dome in Round Valley against Show Low.
You know, it's surprising that we don't see him more often. Johan Dejasi into the lineup. Dejasi, a 5'10 freshman for the Bulldogs. 3-point bucket, good. And Klein knocks down the first three-pointer of the game for the Winslow Bulldogs. Kick to the corner. Now on the elbow left side, drive with the right hand, now kick it back out. 3-point bucket, good. Grayson Howell knocks down the super shot. You can tell this is going to be a back and forth battle.
Both teams playing a man-to-man defense, so we can probably see a lot of substitutions exerting all that energy. Foul is on number 10 of the Trojans.
That is Nash. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Nashi or Nash, but it's Machuri is the last name, and that's 2 on him. Villanueva drives, missed the shot, got his own rebound on the weak side. And a three-point look is no good off the mark for the Bulldogs. Treshawn Cly. Trojans race it up and throttle it up the near sideline. Give it to Grijalva. Grijalva kicks left. Shot from the angle left is no good for Howell. And Dejasi thought about driving for just a moment. Gives it up. Villanueva back to Dejasi. He pulls up on the block left side. Shot it long. But the rebound by Billy is up and in. Rory Billy gets his first bucket, and we're tied at 8 again with 3.5 left to play first quarter. Trojan drive inside the lane, put up the three-pointer, in and out, no good for Grijalva. Battle for the rebound is knocked out by Rory Billy, and the Trojans will have the possession.
Got a dead ball situation here real quick. I think the official is telling the Winslow head coach he's got to keep his assistants down, and he gets to do the talking, not everybody on the bench.
Down on the low block, and travel's going to be called as the pass comes in to Shape Shield. A 6'2 senior shuffled his feet as he tried to go. Winslow with the basketball will bring it up the floor with 3 minutes 17 seconds left to play here in the first half. We're tied at 8. Call it the first quarter, I should say. Billy with it for the Bulldogs. Gives it up over on the right side for Degassi. For Degai. Villanueva drives off the angle right again, and his shot no good, got his own rebound, but a whistle and a foul called before the shot. And it's going to go on Villanueva. They call a player control foul on him. That's his first. I didn't see anybody hit the deck.
I think they called a push after he made that first shot. He pushed off to get his own rebound.
Get the rebound, okay. Valley Christian bringing it up the floor. Svorinik to Grijalva. Grijalva drives, puts it up, no good. Battle for the weak side board is a couple of tries, no good for number 34, Cameron. And on the other end, the Bulldogs are going to earn a trip to the free throw line as Degai drives it down through Broadway. And Grayson Howell is going to pick up the personal.
Fourth team foul on the Trojans.
So that's just the first on Howell as the guy hits the first of 2 free throws. And the Bulldogs take the lead for the first time tonight, I believe. That's 2 quick free throws for Pete Degai, the 5'9 senior. And the Bulldogs appear to be pretty comfortable on this floor. Block shot by Billy. Oh! He knocked it right back into the face of Coach. James Coach, the 6'2 junior, put up a 3 ball, and Billy leapt up in the air and blocked it.
Winslow playing good defense so far. And right as we say that, they commit a foul.
Grijalva drives left side, and Johan Dejasa is going to be called for the personal. That'll be the first for him, and we get a substitution for Valley Christian. And into the Trojan lineup comes Grayson Howe returning. Pass comes in on the inbounds play to the low post as Christian Cameraman did a nice job of sealing off Villanueva, and Villanueva reached over and picks up his second personal. So at the free throw line, Christian Cameraman.
Valley Christian did a great job. Winslow stayed in the man-to-man defense on the inbounds pass, and as you said, they were able to get Villanueva out of position, and instead of trying to get around him, he just swings his arm and hacks him and gets him in the act going to the basket.
Cameraman set for his second free throw and hits the second of 2, missed the first. Approaching the 2-minute mark of the first quarter, Bulldogs up by 1, 10-9. Rory Billy holds, Throws it inside for DeGuy. DeGuy off the window, missed it. The battle for the rebound is tipped out into the corner and picked up by Svorinik. Or maybe Svorinich. I'll have to check that pronunciation for you. We didn't have very much time in between games. That have had about 4 or 5 minutes to get ready for this game, and it's going to show on our game call, I'm afraid.
That last name's a little bit tougher than Smith, huh?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Camden Smith, Mike's side, with Greg the man, the fireman, and the official. Does it all. Now he's a color commentator.
We're going to give it a try, learning something new.
Greg Chavez doing a terrific job. We appreciate his time and efforts with us. It's been a lot of fun to have you along, Greg.
I've enjoyed it. I thank you for giving me the opportunity. But the best sport is starting this week. Baseball season starts.
Yeah, I got to have a little passion for baseball.
Spring training, college baseball, high school baseball, we're ready to roll.
Absolutely. Minute and a half left in the first quarter. Bulldogs by 1 still. Try a jumper in the corner left side for Tapahai. It's no good from about 16. Pass is poked but picked up. Getting a hand on it that time was Cly. Jumper just inside the arc is good. Grayson Howell knocks down his second bucket, has 5, and gives the Trojans the lead again, up by 1, 11-10. As the clock approaches the 1-minute mark of the first quarter. 3-point look for DeGuy, no good. Battle for the rebound. And a couple players on the floor. Tapaha giving chase for it. Trojans come out of there with it. And a 3-point bucket is good for Matthew Savornik. Hits the tray. And it's a 4-point Trojan lead.
Valley Christian content, just staying back near the 3-point line, telling Winslow, bring it to us.
Bulldogs looking to play for the final shot here with 26 seconds. Top of the key. Holding it is the freshman. For the Winslow Bulldogs, Johan DeJossi, the 5'10 freshman. Now starts to drive with 6 seconds, kicks it to Tapaha on the left side, and DeJossi is going to be called for a travel. And the official, DeJossi said, hey, I got my hand was hit. 4.5 seconds left. And Grijalva going to race it across the time stripe, spots up for a 3, got a pretty good look, but he doesn't hit. A little short on the shot. So at the end of the first quarter, it's the Trojans in front of the Bulldogs, 14-10. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide, and iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Trojans with a 14-10 lead. Shooting percentage in the first half for the first quarter for the Winslow Bulldogs, 34%. They go 4 of 12 from the field. And 41% shooting percentage for the Trojans, going 5 of 12 in that first quarter. Bulldogs with the basketball to start the second quarter. Rory Billy holds, throws a skip pass over to the right side. And an easy bucket underneath as Darius James makes a nice move and gets his first points of the night. The 5'7 sophomore who averages 12 points per game. Hits for the Bulldogs and cuts the lead to 2, 14-12 with 7.5 remaining in the first half. Savornik. Marici Marici between the circles, back over to Zvornik. And a block shot underneath, and a foul's going to be called on the Valley Christian Trojans, Jape Shield, who lost position underneath, Greg, and allowed the Winslow Bulldogs to just out-hustle him.
The Winslow Bulldog players were able to great box out, went up, and made the kid come over the top and tackled him.
Jape Shield, a 6'2 senior, picks up his second personal. And a three ball's good for the Bulldogs, Darius James. He has 5, the Bulldogs back in front by 1, 15-14. Trojans almost lost it out of bounds over there on that corner on the right side. Cheery with it, moves it back up top. Now kicks left for Grijalda. His three is no good. And then a travel is called on the Trojans as Cameraman went up to get the rebound, but comes down and falls down. Bulldogs up 15-14 with 6.5 left to play before halftime. The guy with it for the maroon and white.
As Howell came back down the court, Coach Hagsma was hollering at him, trying to tell him, you got to move your feet.
Bounce pass inside is tipped away, intended for the guy, but into the hands of the Bulldogs. Billy, pull-up jumper. It's short. Rebound is pulled down by the Trojans. Trojans looking at numbers. And a nice spin move. And I guess the advice to Cameraman worked as he got his feet moving that time and got into position to make a good shot and gives the Trojans a 1-point lead. 3-point bucket. The Bulldogs storm right back. Jashawn Clyde knocks down the super shot, his second of the night. Bulldogs by 2, 18-16. And the Trojans are going to be fouled here. And coming out is Zvornik. Zvornik is upset because he felt like Marchiri should have been in a different location on that play, and he's trying to get his players to get where they're supposed to go. Who was the foul on, Greg? Did you see?
I'm not sure.
Bulldogs pick up another personal. I'm not sure who it was on, but the inbounds pass comes to Grijalva. He pitches to Zvornik, and I don't know what Zvornik saw down low, but he threw it right into the hands of Tapaha, and then Tapaha, as he tries to transition, gets fouled by number 33, James Cotton. Excuse me, it's Cameraman on the foul. That's 2 on him. And now in the bonus, the Bulldogs are going to go to the free throw line, and that was Rory Billy picking up the personal prior to that. That gives him 2. Tapaha goes to the free throw line to shoot a 1+1 for Winslow. First one crawls across the rim and in. 5 minutes, 23 seconds left to play before half. Bulldogs out to a 3-point lead. They can make it a 4-point lead with this free throw. And it got them both. Bulldogs lead 20-16. Villanueva going shoulder to shoulder with Grijalva down the court. Grijalva stops, Villanueva still with him. Picks up his dribble, passes it off to Marchiri. Marchiri handed off to Zvornik. And the drive by Grijalva, missed on the right-handed runner, no good. Bulldogs with the rebound, Tapaha races it out of the backcourt, fakes the pass, and puts it up and in.
Great effort, all the way coast to coast.
Jalen Tapaha puts the Bulldogs up by 6. We'll take a break with time out of the floor. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. minutes and 48 seconds left to play here in the first half. The Bulldogs up 22-16 over the number 1 seeded Valley Christian Trojans. And after the timeout, Trojans will have the basketball, and Winslow comes out with heavy pressure, and Villanueva's drawn the defensive assignment to be on Jalen Grijalva, and picks him up at the half stripe. Passes it off. Back over to Grijalva. Grijalva inside the lane. Kicks right. Three-pointer off the front of the iron. No good for Koch. Winslow Bulldogs with the rebound. Drive towards the left side. Now kick it up top. Three ball. Good! Deshaun Cly knocks down another three ball. That's his third of the game. 25-16. Bulldogs extending the lead. Under 4 to play. And we get a foul called on the rebound. No, delay of the game is called on, I think Svornik tipped that ball out after he made the basket. Svornik drives, puts it up and in. And Garrett DeFisser, the 6-foot senior, back into the lineup for the Trojans. The Winslow Bulldogs bringing the ball up the floor. Tapaha. Jalen Tapaha, 5'8" senior for the Bulldogs. Up and down with the left hand, get to the cross the stripe, give it over to DeJossi. Back to Villanueva up top between the circles. Right side to Clyde. Clyde bounces it down into the corner for DeJossi. He drives and puts it out the window and scores it. DeJossi, the 5'10" freshman, gets his first bucket of the night. Trojans lead 27-18. And a 9-point lead for the Bulldogs with 3:19 left to play in the fourth. And Pete Dalguy, the 5'9" senior, is going to be called for the personal. As Jalen Grijalva, the 6'1" sophomore for the Trojans, will get set to check the ball in. And Bulldogs coach Scott Corum asking the official to explain the foul, and the official patiently gives him an explanation, and now we're set to play. Jalen Grijalva set to check it in on the baseline, feeds it in low, and I think DeJoss is going to be called for a personal here as Fisser tries to muscle one up. It is Johan DeJoss picks up his second. And so Garrett DeFisser, chance to get his first points of the game at the free throw line for the Trojans. And he missed everything but the net. DeJossa checks out of the lineup for the Bulldogs. Back in comes Darius James, the 5'7" sophomore. And Fisser hits the second. Down to a 8-point Bulldog lead, 27-19, with just over 3 to play here in the first half. Dribble drive by Dalguy. Three-point look is no good for Yellowhair, the 6-foot senior Avonde Yellowhair, who's just checked into the Winslow Bulldog lineup. Misses from the corner right side. Trojans with the basketball. Shield gives it to Fisser. Back down low to Shield. He takes it to the corner, back to Fisser. Svornik rattles home a three. Svornik, the 5'10" senior, with the super shot and cuts the Bulldog lead back down to 4. Or excuse me, back down to 5 rather, 27-22 with 2 minutes and 29 seconds remaining before half. Bulldogs looking for a quick three, and they got it. Sean Cly on the inbounds play. His fourth three-pointer of the night. Bulldogs out to an 8-point lead, 30-22 with 2:08 left. They've led by as much as 10. Three-ball shot, no good for Zvornik. Thought he was fouled, but they don't get the call. Dalagai off the window. The 5'9" senior puts the Bulldogs up by 10, matching their biggest lead of the night, 32-22. Fisser fakes right, goes to the line, to the lane, and a bump and a foul. And a 1+1 is coming up. As a foul will go against Avondre Yellowhair, the 6-foot senior. That's the first on Yellowhair. Rory Billy back into the lineup for Winslow. And out comes Yellowhair. Fisser at the Black Diamond Auto Glass free throw line. Missed. Off the front of the iron, no good. Bulldogs with the rebound, and Rory Billy looking to burn some clock here for the Bulldogs. Patient just below the jump circle. Give it over to the right side to Darius James, and he'll wait for the defense to come out. Now gives it up to Dalgai. And a foul is called as the Trojans a little too aggressive up top. James Koch, the 6'2" junior, whistled for his first personal.
40+ feet from the basket, you're going to foul him for that?
That's a tough foul if you're Coach Hagsma. Because in the bonus, and it puts the Bulldogs on the line, and that's not the way he wanted to see. Well, I think Hagsma upset with this whole quarter, really, with his team. They down by 10 points to the number 9 seeded Bulldogs here. And there's some gum on the court. So the staff will come out, remove that. As Pete Dalgai gets set for a free throw here. He's 2 for 2 at the Black Diamond Auto Glass free throw line tonight. So off the hill, up to the top of the backboard, and bounces through. Just like he drew it up.
Of course.
Second free throw, off the heel, no good. And the rebound is going to be pulled down by Koch. Trojans with the basketball, trailing now by 11. Bulldogs out to their biggest lead of the night. Under a minute to play before halftime. 45 seconds. Trojans moving the ball around, put up the running right-handers, score it for Marchiri. Marchiri with his first bucket of the night. I want to thank Janessa, one of our camera operators down here, doing a great job for us. And we get a timeout called. We'll talk about some partners from the AIA that have made these tournaments possible. One of those is the U.S. Army, and life, some things you can't control, but there's those things that you can. Important things like your future. The Army is all about the freedom to create a strong future that's right for your life. To learn more, visit goarmy.com/AIA today. That's goarmy.com/AIA today. There's strong, and then there's Army strong. Also brought to you in part by the Arizona Christian University. ACU is a private non-profit Christian university in Phoenix offering bachelor's degrees in a variety of different areas of study. Arizona Christian University provides a biblically integrated education that prepares its graduates to serve the Lord in ministries and professional occupations. Visit arizonachristian.edu for more information. That's arizonachristian.edu. Our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show's coming up after the timeout. Bulldogs are going to come out, just hang on to the basketball here, forced the Trojans to come out and guard him. Rory Billy looking for a pass inside. He telecasted it, and it was picked up, and he gets it back. Rory Billy no look over to the Ricardo Villanueva, and Villanueva gets an easy bucket. And we got a whistle and what?
That's the horn. That should be the half.
That's the half.
The basket should be. No.
And Scott Corum can't believe it. And the official saying, you got to leave. You can't be out on the floor like this. Going to walk him off. You see the shot there. Janessa's got the shot. And maybe get another shot here at
It was
the coach.
good. It was good. The alternate official is telling him it was good. But I think he's signaling that that's...
So they do count the basket. So the basket counts for Ricardo Villanueva to end the half, and the Bulldogs up 35-24 over the Trojans of Valley Christian. Back with our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show when we return. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
It's easy to see why the Ford F-150 is the #1 selling truck in America. For more than 40 years, no other truck has even come close. And Sholo Ford is hands down the best place to buy your next vehicle. Just take a look at Guy Hatch's promise. He won't be beat on any deal on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. And on top of that, you'll get a lifetime engine warranty. Go to SholoFord.com or visit them on the east end of the Deuce. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to the Prescott Valley Event Center in Prescott Valley, Arizona, the 2017 state quarterfinals. And at intermission, right now, the Winslow Bulldogs upsetting the #1 seeded Valley Christian Trojans, 35-24. And Greg, I haven't seen Valley Christian play this year, but I don't think this is really the type of first half that they're used to getting out of their players.
No, I think just from watching them in years past, it's still not very often. They tend to run more of a set offense and try to slow the ball down, run set plays. And Winslow right now is just basically running them out of the event center, and they just they can't seem to keep up with it right now, reaching in, aren't moving their feet on defense, and coach has been trying to get them to move.
One of the things we've noticed as we've come to these tournaments year in and year out is that the style of play that is allowed in the postseason is sometimes different than what it's allowed in the regular season. A lot of times the officiating or the officials are allowing a lot more contact, incidental contact, and little ticky-tack fouls that get called during the regular season don't seem to be called in games of this nature. And we see that time and time again where the style of play is much more physical when you get to this level.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get the kids to play through it, let the kids dictate more of the game, not have anybody get in foul trouble if you can help it. You know, on the other end, we saw last weekend, this past Saturday, we had a gentleman foul out in the first half, a young man. First time I think I've ever seen somebody foul out in the first half, so.
that's got to be terrible.
And I think you try to let them play a little bit more, try to play through it, advantage, disadvantage, and if you take that away from the kids, then you can call the foul and instead of the little things like you said.
Well, we welcome you to the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Don't forget, excellent conditions up at Sunrise. Some fresh snow falling over the weekend, and they've got terrific opportunities for you and your family to enjoy a lot of fun out at Sunrise. Check it out at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. And we look at the first half, and the Bulldogs led by 4 at the end of the first quarter, and then extend that lead out to 11 here at the break, up 35-24. Some scoring for you. Jalen Grijalva for Valley Christian has 3. Machiri has 2. 8 for Svorinik. 1 for Fisser. 5 for Howell. 5 for Kammerman. And Pete Dalgai for the Bulldogs has 5. 12 for Trishawn Cly. He leads all scorers here at the break. Rory Billy has 2. 2 for Dajasa off the bench. And Darius James has 5, along with Ricardo Villanueva with 5. We'll be back with the second half adjustments when we return. This is the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. The Bulldogs up 35-24 over the number 1 seeded Valley Christian Trojans. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
You've been there waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
It's easy to see why the Ford F-150 is the number 1 selling truck in America. For more than 40 years, no other truck has even come close. And Sholo Ford is hands down the best place to buy your next vehicle. Just take a look at Guy Hatch's promise. He won't be beat on any deal on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. And on top of that, you'll get a lifetime engine warranty. Go to SholoFord.com or visit them on the east end of the Deuce. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Welcome back to the Prescott Valley Event Center. Camden Smith alongside Greg Chavez as we conclude our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show, brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Excellent skiing, best conditions they've had in years up there at Sunrise. Fresh snow just over the weekend, and they are expecting great conditions all week as the weather clears up, and looking forward to some awesome, not only skiing, but also some tubing, plus some snow mountain biking. Check it out at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. A bunch of events coming up for you and your family to try out. And Greg, what are our second half adjustments?
As far as Winslow goes, I don't think they really need to change a whole lot. They need to stick to what they're doing. It seems to be working. On the Valley Christian side, I'm thinking that they need to, when they're on offense, they need to start screening away from the ball, making better passes, and looking to take the ball inside against the shorter Winslow team instead of playing on the perimeter.
Well, that's we'll see if they come out in that method. They've obviously had an awful first half to their standard, down 35-24. Bulldogs out to their biggest lead of the night at 11 here at the break. Let's take a look at some of the scores earlier today. Northwest Christian upset Blue Ridge. The number 7 seeded Northwest Christian over the Yellow Jackets of Blue Ridge, 63-50. They move on to play at 3:30 at the Gila River Casino in Glendale, and they will face Fountain Hills, who won in overtime over Florence, 58-54. Ganado won earlier today, 54-50 over Sabino, and advances to the 7 o'clock semifinal game at the Gila River Arena, and will await the winner of this contest between the Winslow Bulldogs and Valley Christian. And if the Bulldogs can have a second half like the first half, they're going to punch their ticket into the semis.
Just one little correction, so we don't have the gaming commission on us. The kids will be playing at the Gila River Arena, not at the casino.
I'm sorry. The Gila River Arena, yes. I'm sure the casino wouldn't mind if they played there, but I'm sure somebody might have a problem with it. Well, we open up the third quarter with the Bulldogs up by 11. Bounce pass it out. Kick for a three. It's no good. Long rebound is pulled down by Villanueva. Rory Billy with it. Drives right side. Puts it off the glass. No. Scores it up and in. Rory Billy, the 5'11 senior, knocks down the shot. And the Trojans down by 13. And a travel called on Zvornik. Zvornik says, I didn't see what happened, but it was an obvious travel from our point of view here. Pretty easy to call. Bulldogs out to a 13-point lead, and they throw the ball to Cly, who had to step on the line to get that one. So he's out of bounds. Valley Christian Trojans looking for answers here in the third quarter, and they come out, the Bulldogs, just continuing where they left off. Make a steal here. And a fadeaway jumper from the baseline is no good for the Bulldogs, Darius James. Shield spins, kicks to the corner. And that three ball is good. Jalen Grijalva knocks down the trifecta. Billy between the legs. Spots from three, and he left it short. Looked like Grijalva may have got a hand on it. Voronik holds up three fingers as he crosses the time stripe. Left and right on the dribble. Gets a screen, moves right. Gives to Grijalva. Grijalva dribble toward the elbow, gives to Zvornik. Back up top to Grijalva. Under 6 to play in the third. Bulldogs up by 10, 37-27. And a nice move underneath by the big man, Christian Cammerman, the 6'4 senior, but he blows the shot. And the Bulldogs take the possession. Tapaha drives against Cammerman and draws the foul. Christian Cammerman picks up his third. And Jalen Tapaha steps to the free throw line. Who, by the way, had 4 first half points. We missed him in our game, in our Sunrise Park Resort recap. Hits the black diamond auto glass free throw. He's a perfect 3 for 3 tonight. Out of the Trojan lineup comes number 24, Jake Shield, the 6'2 senior. And Tapaha hits both free throws. 5.5 remaining, third quarter. 39-27. Trojans drive, scoring. Jalen Grijalva starting to take over the offense for the Trojans. Cuts it back to a 10-point Bulldog lead. So far tonight, the Bulldogs have led at most by 13. Into Billy. Billy backing down, spin move from 8, score it. Rory Billy kind of silent in the first half, and now a steal. And a travel is called by Ricardo Villanueva because he got up to a knee after he took that ball away from Grijalva. And so the Trojans are going to get it back. Fans didn't like the call, but it was a good one. 4 minutes, 59 seconds left to play. Third, driving, running shot, and it's good for Grijalva. Jalen Grijalva off the window. He now has 7 in this quarter, held to just 3 in the first half. Ricardo Villanueva drives down the center of the lane and blew the layup. On the other end, the Trojans miss. Rebound to the Bulldogs, and looks like we got an injured Trojan player. That's Machiri, slow to get up. And a foul on this end as Tapaha drives for the Bulldogs. Is going to be called against Spornik. And that's his first. Jalen Tapaha goes to the free throw line. He is a perfect 4 for 4 at the Black Diamond Auto Glass free throw line here tonight. And he hits the first. So Tapaha. Man, he is 6 for 6 tonight, Greg, at the charity stripe.
Can't ask for much better than that. We talked about free throws winning and losing games. So far, he's helping them keep that lead.
Absolutely. That's exactly how Black Diamond Auto Glass would want you to shoot free throws. 3-point look, good. Matthew Savornik hits the 3-pointer, and Valley Christian calls a timeout. We'll take it with them. 4:04 left to play third. Bulldogs up 43-34. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
After the timeout, Bulldogs with the basketball. Rory Billy between the legs. Kicks over left side to Tapaha to Villanueva. Now to DeJossa. DeJossa for 3. He missed it. Rebound. Pull down, and Grijalva races it into the front court. The 3-pointer by Achiri is no good. Bulldogs looking to run. Rory Billy. And now the Bulldogs will slow it up. That's pretty apparent what the Bulldogs can do and just how difficult the North region is.
Except they're in the East now.
Well, you know, well, that's right. They have made for a lot of exciting games in the East too. Johan DeJossa on the follow.
Nice rebound by the freshman.
Oh! Villanueva with the block shot. Under 3 to play, and Villanueva got the crowd pretty excited with that block shot that went out. Trojans will have the basketball. And falling to the ground on the drive is Grijalva. He felt like he was fouled.
Great defense by the freshman.
DeJossa just moving his feet. Inbounds play comes to Villanueva, give to Billy. Billy over to DeJossa. DeJossa up and down with the right hand. Being pressured there by Savornik. Gets around him, splits a double team with a pass over to Dalgaio underneath to DeJossa on the give and go, and DeJossa has the easy bucket. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left to play here in the third. And the three-point bucket good for the Trojans, Grayson Howell. Back to a 10-point Bulldog lead. So far, the Bulldogs' biggest lead of the night's been 13. They're kind of hanging around that point most of this half, most of this third quarter. Led by 11 at the break. Now up by 10 as Roy Billy drives and scores. No, Greg, it's tough when you face a team with so many weapons.
Great job by Billy. The rest of the offense just pulls out the three-point line, and Billy goes right by the defender.
Oh, and a nice three-pointer again for Grayson Howell.
Howell's feeling it.
He's starting to heat it up.
That's 2 in a row for Howell.
Cuts the lead to 9. 49 to 40.
Trying to get a little too fancy with the dribble there.
Villanueva passes it up top. No look to DeJossa. DeJossa from the corner, short on the 3 ball. Final minute of the contest. Foul's going to be called on Trashawn Clyde. Went up and got a piece of the hand that time as Grayson Howell tried to drive.
I was going to tell you earlier, better to give you a heads up about talking about the officials in this game. Small world. In between games, Janessa comes up to me and says, "You're a referee, right? Do you know my uncle? He's reffing the next game." Sure enough, Janessa's uncle is out here reffing this game, driving all the way up. And she runs into her uncle here.
That's fun. Grayson Howell's first free throw is no good.
Under a minute in the third quarter. Talk about making and missing free throws.
Oh, free throws always big. This one goes. Rattled that one in. Crawled it across the front of the iron. Bulldog lead back down to 8. Under a minute, as you mentioned, left in this third quarter.
That setup with the mic, listening to the ball bounce off the rim, go through the net, that's awesome.
Definitely gives you a better picture than just your normal look. Rory Billy working against Koch, takes him to the hole, score it. Billy with the bucket to put the Bulldogs back up by 10. Trojans look like they're going to play for the final shot here. Better hurry, 8 seconds left, 6 seconds. Savornik, his three-pointer no good. And DeJossa gets the rebound and draws some contact by James Koch. And will earn.
Number 30, Grayson Howell, his second.
Oh no, they put it on Howell. Grayson Howell, that's 2 on Howell. non-shooting foul, and so DeJossa goes to the baseline with 1.6 left to play in the third quarter. Rory Billy fires from three-quarter court, and it's no good. With 3 in the books, the Bulldogs lead 51-41. Fourth and final is next. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Welcome back to the Prescott Valley Event Center. It's a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs, 51-21. As we go to the fourth and final quarter here, don't forget tonight's contest brought to you in part by Beeler Orthodontics. Live to smile, love your smile. Beeler Orthodontics. Also, some AIA partners that we need to let you know about. Raising Cane's is a proud sponsor of the AIA. The official chicken figure of the AIA is Raising Cane's. TruWest Credit Union is a proud supporter of the AIA. Arizona high school students can get a jump start on their financial success with TruWest My Money program for teens. Learn more at truewest.org/money or my money, or visit the nearest TruWest branch today. That's truewest.org/my money. Bulldogs with the basketball to start the fourth and final quarter, up by 10. Want to remind you that tonight's contest is also brought to you by Papa John's Pizza as Villanueva.
Nice pass from James. Draws the defender to him, just dumps it off to Villanueva underneath.
Villanueva had 5 at the break and did not score in the third quarter. He now has 7, and the Bulldogs back out to a 12-point lead. NBA range 3, score it. Matthew Svornik. Svornik with his 4th three-pointers, had 1 in each quarter. Ball goes out of bounds far side. Bulldogs are going to get it back.
Great defense there by Howell to be able to break up the 3-on-1.
40% off Papa John's. That's right. Use promo code AZPreps365 during your online order at www.papajohns.com and receive 40% off your order. Use this for team meals, school meetings, Friday night dinner, etc. You can use the code as many times as you like from now through May 31st, 2017. That's AZPreps365 when you order at Papa John's. Get 40% off by using AZPreps365. Want to show your school and team just how much spirit you have, how much passion you have for the game? Follow AZPreps365 on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Post your pics and share your thoughts using hashtag AZPreps.365. Jalen Grijalva gets a three-pointer. We get a timeout on the floor. We take it with him with 6:25 left to play in the contest. Bulldogs lead 53-46. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Welcome back. Bulldogs up 53-46 over the Trojans, the number 1 ranked team in the state of Arizona for the 3A conference is Valley Christian, and they find themselves down with 6 minutes and 25 seconds remaining by a 53-46 count. 7-point lead for Winslow, and DeJossa, or excuse me, 53-46. What did I say, Greg?
You said it right, Camden.
And so the freshman passes the ball towards Darius James. James wasn't looking for it. It goes out of bounds, so the Trojans will have it here. Bounce pass over onto the left side. Drive inside the lane. Put up the right-hander. No good.
Fouls number 3, Rory Billy. His third, second team foul.
So the foul's called on the Bulldogs, and first free throw by Machuri is no good. This is his first trip to the Black Diamond Auto Glass free throw line tonight. And he hits the second.
I don't recall seeing Valley Christian hit both of their free throws yet today. Always just one of the two.
I think you're right. They have really struggled from the line tonight. 6-point Bulldog lead. They're led by as much as 13. Give to Rory Billy. Billy to the line, inside or at the elbow. Kicks it out to Villanueva. Villanueva lost the dribble, now takes it. And it's going to be blocked by Machuri and then off of Villanueva's leg and out of bounds. Hagsma finally getting a break here. Well, this is a big possession, Greg. The Bulldogs hanging on to a 6-point lead here, but the Trojans could make it a one-possession game right here.
They're playing their style. Well, we don't see anybody moving right now. That's what we talked about. But here it is right here. There it is.
Grayson Powell with the three-pointer.
And the steal, a possession arrow, ball goes to Valley.
Man, Bulldogs looked like they were in complete control of this one, and now they find themselves up 3 without the basketball. Trojans with a huge opportunity here.
Feel a little bit of that momentum sliding over the Valley Christian side. Let's see if the Bulldogs can stop it here.
Well, we've had good games all day, and this one looked like it was going to turn into a blowout, but Valley Christian making sure that that's not the case. Rory Billy was bumped at the line. Easy bucket on the other end. And Machuri has the easy bucket. Timeout Bulldogs. It's a 1-point Bulldog lead. Wow, what a change of events. We'll keep it here. I remind you that at the end of the contest, we'll announce our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top, Highway 260, just before you get to the Honda Resort and Casino. Best selection of hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Also, today's game brought to you by Northland Pioneer College. When it comes time to tip off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in the state of Arizona, Northland Pioneer College. Also brought to you by Beeler Orthodontics. Live to smile, love your smile, and Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Hands down the best place to call for quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, call 1-888-GLASSMAN. And we say thanks to our entire sponsor list here tonight: Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Sholo, and Heber Overgard, Sunrise Park Resort, Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Beeler Orthodontics, Deemer's Glass, the Eating Pine Restaurant out at the Honda Resort and Casino, Octopus Car Wash, Black Diamond Auto Glass, and of course, Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce, the best place to buy your next vehicle, whether it's a car, van, or SUV. You get the best selection and the best price out at Sholo Ford. After the timeout, Villanueva brings it in for the Bulldogs. Full court pressure here by the Trojans. Bulldogs beat it, but then a pass, ill-advised pass there, is knocked out off of Grayson Howell's leg, it looked like.
They did a great job getting the ball down the court until that last pass. They had, I think it was Billy wide open, cutting down the lane, and they can't get him the ball.
Fly throws in to Villanueva. Villanueva on the angle, lost it off of his foot, and it goes out of bounds. And it'll go to the Trojans. Trojans down by 1 with the basketball, under 5 to play.
Another overtime game?
I don't know, this one could go either way at this point. The Bulldogs have only scored 1 bucket in the 4th quarter, a 3-ball by Ricardo Villanueva. Correction, it may be a 2. I'll have to check it. Off the side of the iron, the 3 attempt by Hal's no good, but the Trojans get the rebound and kick it back to Hal in the corner. Hal drives baseline, put it off the window, no good. Villanueva comes down with it for the Bulldogs. Winslow looking to run. Rory Billy takes off the iron and up to the glass, no good. Players collide and go to the floor, no call. Out of the backcourt comes Grijalva. Trojans still down by 1, 53 to 52. And they're looking to slow this thing down and pull the Winslow Bulldogs out defensively. Pass to Grijalva, he drives, kicks to the corner, back up top to Savornik. Savornik drives, puts it off the window, no good. Rebound, Trojans kick it up top to Marcheri. 3-ball for Hal, no good. Rebound again inside to Shield. And right now, Jake Shield, the 6'2 senior, in line for our last man of the game as he gets another one, but they say a foul called on Shield.
It took 3 or 4 tries, though. Winslow, the first time they blocked out on that defensive possession, finally get the call because they were not blocking out and getting out rebounded.
Jake Shield is whistled for his 3rd personal. But what a terrific effort by him in the running for our Deemers Glass man of the game. Brought to you by Deemers Glass in Lakeside. Hands down the best place to call when you need quality glass at affordable prices. Deemers Glass, call 1-888-GLASSMAN. Well, obviously the Trojans are playing with a lot more intensity here, Greg. This is about as physical as we've seen them all night.
A complete 180 from the last couple. Trojans of Valley Christian. Just totally bringing it to the Bulldogs.
Pete Delguy.
Only their 2nd bucket, I think, is what you said earlier, right, Ken?
Yeah, that's just two baskets this quarter for Winslow.
Maybe the fans will get him back into it because it seemed to wake the fans up.
And there's a steal. Billy coming out of the backcourt, throws ahead to Villanueva. Villanueva short on the shot. His follow no good. And the rebound is pulled down by the Trojans, and Villanueva is going to be whistled for a personal. And Scott Corum, head coach of the Bulldogs, getting warned by the official. Villanueva picks up his 3rd. Shield checks back into the Trojan lineup. Now he's out, actually. It's Cameraman checking in for Shield.
You know, great game awareness there on the official's part, in my opinion. Scott comes out on the court about 3 or 4 feet, not realizing where he was, complaining about a call. That could have been an easy technical, very easily justified. Instead, he just walked him back to the coach's box, talked to him, and we move on.
55-52, Bulldogs in front by 3 with 2:12 remaining in the contest. It has been all Bulldogs. Up 4 at the end of the 1st quarter, up 11 at half. Led by 10 at the end of the 3rd, have led by as much as 13, but the Trojans have stormed back here in the 4th. Find themselves down 3 with 1:58, and that kid there, Christian Cameraman, the 6'4 senior, earns a trip to the free throw. He's been on the bench in foul trouble. Shane Cly called for his 2nd personal. Cameraman 1 of 2 at the line tonight. This one is off the side, no good.
So if this is right, like they've been doing the whole game, he's going to make this one.
Yeah.
They've been missing the first.
Hit the 2nd. I'm looking back here. That's true on almost every trip. This one off the front of the iron, no good.
Yes. That was on number 10 of the Trojans.
That's going to go against Machiri. That's 3 on Nashe Machiri, and Villanueva set to check the ball in for Winslow. Gets it up to Rory Billy. Billy across the stripe, throws to Dalgai. Dalgai drives right side of the lane, off the window, score. Pete Dalgai for 2. Bulldogs back out on top by 4, or 5 rather, 57-52, minute and a half left. Pass it in, kick it out to the other side, and 3 shot, no good for Machiri. Dalgai picks it up, and a foul call as Dalgai tries to pass the top of high.
Which I think in this situation, that's a good foul for Valley Christian. They're able to stop the clock. They're not shooting right now, so they're able to stop the clock and go from there.
So the foul is going to be called on Matthew Svarnik. That's only, that might be 3 on him. And a foul in the backcourt as the Trojans starting to pile up the personals here.
I think that was on purpose to get him to the free throw line, you think, or?
It's possible. They need 2 possessions right now. I would imagine they'd try to go for a steal here, but might be a little too early to start hacking.
I think you're probably right. Looking at the reaction of Coach Hagsma, he wasn't too excited about that one.
Pete Dalgai, the 5'9" senior, at the line, hits the first of 2 free throws for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs on the other side of things have been almost perfect. They've only missed 1 free throw tonight.
He makes them both.
And just like in our other game, we're going to get a problem here. But we had time out of the Ford. We take it with them. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to the Prescott Valley Event Center. We apologize to the radio audience. We lost our connection for a moment, but a timeout was called for Winslow, so we didn't miss any action. Bulldogs lead 59-52 after the 2 made free throws by Pete Dalgai. And a dribble drive left side for Grijalva, and a foul called on the drive.
Number 3.
Going against Rory Billy, that's 4 on Billy. Bulldogs better hope this doesn't go to overtime, because that could be a little tough for Billy playing with 4 fouls. The first free throw is across the front of the iron and in for Jalen Grijalva, breaking the pattern of missing every first free throw that they've shot here tonight. Minute 17 left to play in the contest. He can make it a 5-point lead with this free throw. And he got it. Bulldogs by 5. Pass to DeJossa and a foul by Savornik. That's 3 on Savornik. And 18 fouls, and DeJossa is going to go to the free throw line. That was a pretty hard foul for the freshman. Got him in the back. Surprised he may have a little whiplash after that one.
Like that, clean, hard but clean. Just can't go through the player to get to the ball. So fans wanted intentional foul, but not there.
No, can't call it on that one. Free throw is good for DeJossa. which continues the trend for the Winslow Bulldogs. Free throw shooting, they've only missed one tonight. And what a huge difference that's made.
Seeing this young freshman kid take control like this in a game is good for the Bulldogs. They have a lot of seniors on their squad.
Hits them both. Bulldogs up 61-54. Grijalva gets it across the time stripe. Savornik drives. Short. Left it off to the left. Rory Billy controls the rebound. Villanueva all alone on the other end scores it up and in. Bulldogs lead 63-54. And DeJossa is going to be called for a foul, and Billy comes over and says, hey, you can't do that. That's Johan DeJossa's third. 51 seconds left. Bulldogs up 63-54. Back to a 9-point lead. Three-point look is no good. Long down court pass for the Bulldogs is picked off. Howell brings it out of the backcourt for the Trojans. Double teamed up just below the stripe. And the shot is no good for Savornik. Pull-up jumper for Howell misses. Shot underneath, no good for our glass man of the game, Shape Shield. Three-pointer no good for Savornik. Shield with another rebound. Three-point off the front of the iron, no good for Grijalva. And the Winslow Bulldogs are going to stand under their basket and allow the final seconds of the game to tip off, or to tick off. Rory Billy holds. And listen to this crowd. Wow. Winslow upsets the #1 seeded Valley Christian Trojans in a big-time win.
We saw #1 go down today. We saw #2 go down today. #3 had to go to overtime to advance to the Final Four. What a day.
If you're a proponent of the PowerPoints that the AIA puts out, you're probably not real happy tonight or this afternoon, because everyone, or close to everyone, has been upset in this quarterfinal action. We watched the Winslow Bulldogs celebrate their victory. They're going to be headed to the, not the Gila River Casino, but the Gila River Arena in Glendale, as they will take on the Ganado Hornets at 7 p.m. on Friday. The winner will play the championship round at the Gila River Arena at on Saturday at what time?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock Saturday.
So whichever way you decide to go on Friday, that's Friday's semifinal. Saturday.
They don't have a time listed yet for Saturday, so.
No, that'll determine who gets there, and they try to figure it out with the other teams that are involved in the championship. But I tell you what, Camden, Friday night, whether you decide to come back here to watch two-way semifinal basketball, Alchese and San Carlos boys in the semi, or go down to Glendale and watch Winslow Ganado or some of the other 3A North teams and Holbrook down in Glendale. Either way, you have a treat.
Yeah, it's going to be really a lot of fun. If you love basketball like we do, it'll be a great day of basketball as Winslow takes on Ganado. Fountain Hills will take on Northwest Christian, and that's the semifinals for the boys. It's been set. The girls' semifinal will be played the same day. 5:15 game will feature the #4 seeded Holbrook Roadrunners and the Valley Christian Trojans, the #1 seeded team. Chinle Wildcats and the Sand Devils of Page tip off at 1:45 at the Gila River Arena, and that's your semifinals after what an exciting 2 days of basketball here from the Prescott Valley Convention Center. It's been absolutely fantastic basketball, and we appreciate, we want to say, I believe his last name is Rubel, Scott Rubel of the, he's the facilities director here and coordinator, and we want to say thank you to the hospitality that we've been extended while here in Prescott. And we appreciate our entire TV crew. They've worked tirelessly for 2 days to bring you tonight's contest. If you like these games being watched, be sure to share them with your friends and family. The more views we get, the more opportunities we have to extend these to you. We'll take a quick break. Back with our Beeler Orthodontic Straight Line Play of the Game, the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, and, of course, our Deemer's Glassman of the Game when we return. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
It's easy to see why the Ford F-150 is the #1 selling truck in America. For more than 40 years, no other truck has even come close. And Sholo Ford is hands down the best place to buy your next vehicle. Just take a look at Guy Hatch's promise. He won't be beat on any deal on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. And on top of that, you'll get a lifetime engine warranty. Go to SholoFord.com or visit them on the east end of the Deuce. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
888 Glassman.
Welcome back to the Prescott Valley Event Center. The final score, the Winslow Bulldogs get a victory over the #1 seeded Valley Christian Trojans, 63-54. What a terrific game as the Bulldogs, the #9 seed, knock off the #1 seed in the 2017 state quarterfinals here in Prescott. And we want to talk now about our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Best selection of hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store south of Pine Top on Highway 260, just on the right-hand side of the road before you get to the Honda Resort and Casino. And it's tough to call a player of the game. There's a lot of kids that probably are deserving of it. Jalen Grijalva for the Trojans had a terrific night, 14 total points for him. Zvornik had a total, and we apologize. We're having a problem with our dial-up here, so we'll actually take a quick break while we dial back into the station. We'll be back with our post-game right after this.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
We welcome you back here to the Prescott Valley Event Center, and hopefully our radio team our radio side is here as well. We apologize for the disconnect here, and it looks like we may still be trying to negotiate a connection with the radio station. So, and looks like I don't think we're going to be able to get back in with the radio station. So, I'm just going to pull that right now. What do you know? Live radio, live TV. This is how we handle things here. All right, so once again the final, 63-54. The Bulldogs over the Valley Christian Trojans, and we go to our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game. We were talking about Grijalva, who had 14. Zvornik had 14, 15 tonight for Grayson Howell. All three of those guys could be guys we'd give the Player of the Game to, but there's three guys on the Winslow team as well, and really this was a team win for the Bulldogs. Pete Dalgai led the scorers with 11, but he was closely followed by Rory Billy, who had 10, and Ricardo Villanueva, the 5'11 junior, had 10 as well. And so when we look at things, that's really going to be a three-man crew that we're going to give that Player of the Game to. So those three players for the Bulldogs are going to get our Player of the Game honors, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. We encourage you to go out to the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store when you are in the market for hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Time now for our Beeler Orthodontics Straight Line Play of the Game, brought to you by Beeler Orthodontics. Lift a smile, love your smile, Beeler Orthodontics. And for our Straight Line Play of the Game, we're going to give that to none other than the freshman who comes off the bench tonight, Johan DeJasa, the 5'10 freshman, who late in the contest went up for a shot, missed, but got his own rebound. And was he fouled after that, Greg?
He was fouled, not able to get it back in the basket, but he came back, made the 2 free throws.
Muscled it up, tried to get it back up, couldn't get it to go, but did get the foul and the 2 free throws, which, by the way, that is going to be our should be in the runner-up for Beeler Orthodontics Straight Line Play of the Game, is all of the free throws that were made today by the Winslow Bulldogs. They missed only one, and I'm not sure. Let's see. I'll count them up here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They went 14 of 15 from the Black Diamond Auto Glass free throw line tonight, and maybe that should be our Beeler Orthodontics Straight Line Play of the Game. Either way, both of those plays are very good. Time now for our Deemer's Glass Man of the Game, brought to you by Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Hands down the best place to buy quality glass at affordable prices. You'll find it at the there at Deemer's Glass. Call 1-888-GLASSMAN. And Chape Shield, the 6'2 senior from the Trojans, is our Deemer's Glass Man of the Game. We saw him make a myriad of rebounds and kept the Trojans in a lot of plays where they had missed shots. And so we say hats off to Chape Shield, our Deemer's Glass Man of the Game. That is going to wrap things up for us. For Greg Chavez, Ron Everingham, and the entire crew, we invite you back to watch baseball and softball. That'll be starting next week on italk1067.com. We will have radio coverage of the state finals there at the Gila River Arena, so we invite you back for the radio side of that, and then starting next week, we'll get started with our baseball and softball coverage. Until then, we say so long, everybody.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067, KNKI Pine Top, and iTalk1067.com. High school basketball is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Black Diamond Auto Glass, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Native Grill and Wings, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 1067 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopnicki communication station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without express written consent of iTalk 1067 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to italk1067.com.